What's up, everybody? Colleen here, and we are going to be talking about stress response and how you're living with stress and how that relates to your movement practice. So, this can get really crazy, in depth, and detailed, but I'm going to go into some polyvagal theory a little bit so you can just understand where I'm going with this. So the polyvagal theory was created by Stephen Porges, and he found that fight or flight was just one part of this cascade experience that we go through as human beings. This cascade effect has happened as evolution has, as we have evolved from creature to creature to creature. And this plays a huge role in how we're not only perceiving stress and threat in our daily lives, but how our bodies are living day to day due to this stress, and how it's impacting our life. But then, how is your life choosing what movement you're doing as well, which is super trippy. So, first and foremost, we, through evolution, when we were very new to this earth, we only had a response to threat by freezing, fainting, or faking death. So you think about fish, they freeze. If you think about possums, they play dead. You've probably experienced, or someone you know has experienced fainting because they got so stressed and it was so dangerous that they fainted. That's our oldest stress response. Now, when we kept evolutionizing, kept going through time, when we got more limbs and became more predatorial, we now were able to fight or flight. So we are able to fight for whatever, and we are also able to flee. We are able to run away. And then the Polyvagal Theory podcast, I love. You should go listen to it and follow. But they use the term safe and social for this last one, or it's called social engagement. And what does this have to do with stress? Well, you probably feel better when you're in a group of people, especially if you're out in public or doing something new. It's much more comfortable when there are others doing it with you. How this relates to stress is that if you start to, not only is being social a good down regulator into true parasympathetic, but if there is ever threat around you, you probably look to others to see what their reactions are to the threat. And if it's cool, you're cool. If they start to mobilize, you start to mobilize, and everyone starts to move into fight or flight, or the most extreme, fake death. But safe and social allows us to get truly into that space with our nervous system to achieve recovery, boosting immune response. We say rest and digest, procreate. Other things that it does, it also releases oxytocin when we're in this state, especially with others that love hormone oxytocin. It makes you feel so good and so heard and supported. Not only moms and dads get it, we can get it too by hanging out with our community. We also have resistance to infection, so that's that awesome immune response. And we're also at this level where we're able to relate and connect to others. So when we are in this state, we can connect with others and relate with them. And on the flip side, when we're in this state, we can also see a decrease in our defense responses. So if someone is truly here, they're not going to be quick to anger. They're not going to be quick to snap and make judgments or yell at you. They're just not physically in a state where that is necessary, and that's what they need to do, and how they need to respond. But once someone is living in this fight or flight, things start to change. We start to see an increase in blood pressure. How many of you have increased blood pressure? We also see increased heart rate, fuel availability, our adrenaline is increased, which is making our heart rate faster. We also see pupil size is increased. What we see decreasing is digestion. So your digestion is slowed, or you have digestion issues. Maybe you have IBS. Salivation decreases, so maybe you have dry mouth. And our immune response decreases, not good, so we're getting sick more often. And then in this fight or flight, we have decreased relational ability. So we're not able to connect with people on that authentic, deep, real level. If you either feel like yourself, you act like that, or you know others who you just like can't connect with, they might be living in this fight or flight stage. People who are in this stage are panicky, they have anxiety, they might have rage or anger, they're irritated easily, or they get frustrated really easily, and they are chronically worrying or concerned. This is getting into that also known as sympathetic state. And then the last one is this freeze state. And if you've had trauma in your life, you may have dissociation, numbness, helplessness, shutdown, shame, you may feel trapped. These are all very serious feelings people experience here. We see decreases in heart rate, decreases in facial expression, eye contact, intonations, that's where your voice changes, decreases in social behavior, sexual responses, and decreases in immune response. So if you're experiencing any of these things and you've had trauma, these things are going hand in hand, and you can identify through this and through what you feel and what you know, you can identify where you are living in your day-to-day life. Where does this take us for movement? So very, very popular in our movement industry are boutique gyms and platforms that are high intensity. This could be HIIT training, boot camps, CrossFit, Orange Theory, Berries. These are all very up regulating experiences in movement. This is matching a fight or flight state. If you are living a stressful life and you are then going to a stressful movement experience, you are just feeding the feedback loop of stress, 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 stress. And then you may be wondering why your digestion sucks, why you can't sleep, why you can't recover as quickly as you once did, why you might be more irritable, why you don't want to have sex, why you don't want to go and enjoy others' company. These are all symptoms of a feedback loop of just heightened state of fight or flight. You, if you're experiencing this, should probably participate in movements that safe and social people are doing. They're safe and social. If you're in safe and social and you're calm, cool, and collected, you're pooping, you're procreating with ease, you're probably participating in things like Pilates, yoga, hiking, long bike rides, more community-oriented activities, swimming, canoeing, all very non-intense exercise. And I need you, both of you, to like do each other's activities. So if you're in fight or flight, you want to start adding in more activities that are less intense. If you are in safe and social, you probably need to add in an intense movement practice a couple times a week for overall well-being and stimulus, and for your body to understand, especially a safe and social. If you are only doing Pilates, you are not learning how to carry something heavy. You are not learning how to press something away from your body, but you want to go and help your friends move furniture. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, that doesn't add up. Everyone needs to know how to lift heavy things properly for them so they stay safe and they don't injure themselves. Fight or flight, you guys need some down-regulating activities so that you can bring yourself, your physical body, out of this heightened state so you have greater health benefits for the longevity. Because if you keep fighting and flighting in this state, you are just going to wear and tear on your body and get injured eventually. I've seen it happen over and over again. You need to practice more down regulation, calmer things, if you will. And then if you are living in a heightened state so far as fake death and you've experienced trauma, first and foremost, you have to see a clinician or a therapist, psychiatrist, psychologist, and get that mental emotional support. And you also need to make sure that you're finding a movement practitioner and a practice that helps your healing, and it coincides, and it's very collaborative based. You do not want to be doing anything that's going to trigger experiences or emotions that may be very deep seated in your subconscious. So you need to tread lightly and have a lot of intention into what you're doing for your health. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below or hit me up through email or a text message or a DM. I would love to hear it and hear what this spurred for you. And as always, I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you soon.